evening, and this is another in the many of the ads, videos, thingos for the ads from the comics. And I said I'd have some of I might kind of just change the bears every time I do this. I might have different bears each time. I'm trying to run to themes, so may as well do that with the bears as well. The ones down here are all my charity ones. They're for children's charities, kids charities, and cancer. And I'm a big supporter of those. But anyway, and these ones are just ones I've collected over the years. So yeah, ads and bears and ads. That sounds a bit like a movie, doesn't it? So like bears and ads. It sounds a bit mid-dawn. All right, and I've got a theme with this one that is kind of like a fantasy, horror, dragon, sort of stuff like that. We have the first one, and this. Some of these are very odd. Some of these, I don't know whether these took off, whether these were kind of one-shots that just failed badly. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them did. With my 10 eyes behind me, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, I suppose it was. So without further ado, I shall get started. And the first one is here. This one's from July 1990, and it's called Burdocks. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. It could be Burdocks, Burdocks, could be anything for all I know. It could be anything. So with Burdocks, with the way I'm pronouncing it, there's no money, money, money or dancing queens with this one. I can't really imagine Agneta in that. It could be weird. And these are the kind of monsters that have that sort of cheesy 80s, really late 80s, early 90s look to them. There seemed to be this kind of look that monsters back then had. And also, looking at the graphics, it looks like they've kind of borrowed a bit of art from a piranha, which isn't too bad. But the art on the frame in the middle is a bit dodgy, actually, if you look at it quite closely. I'm amazed they had the balls to do that. But it's one of those that you could break out on Halloween. Actually, most of these, or some of these, you could actually break out on Halloween, open the door, and there's this staring back at you. Hi, I've got some games to play. Yuck. This beauty pageant winner came from August 1994. And with that, we have the Pirates of Dark Water. Actually, the blue lips kind of suggest that thing needs some oxygen around its body fast. I wonder who'd be game enough to supply mouth to mouth though. Ooh. If you actually look in the eye of the green pussy stuff, the Flash actually kind of reminds me of Flash Gordon, so maybe there's a bit of an homage to good old Flash happening there. With this one, like some of them, there's no real synopsis as to what the whole thing's all about, but perhaps that's a bit of a promotional thing. It's the whole idea about it. But the idea probably would be that, no synopsis, let's get the curiosity happening. They'll go into the game store and curiosity peaked, and then they can ask the person behind the counter. So that's probably the whole idea behind that. So anyway, with the previous two, you could only go to the monster house, and this particular one emanates from December 2006. I nearly said December 1996. So this one emanates from December 2006, and the main picture of that actually kind of reminds me a bit of a hybrid of Scooby Doo and the Charlie's Angels pose. And I can see how the monster house was designed to sort of look like a facial feature thing as well. That was the idea of that. I suspect the walls have ears, and in that case they probably have more than ears. So for the next one, don't you close your eyes now, because we've got the Dream Master. To be more precise, Little Nemo, Dream Master. I suppose with the dream you'd be able to find Nemo in a dream, wouldn't you? I wonder if there's a Dream Mistress. I wonder how that would go. You've got You've got two versions of the game. You've got a Dream Master and a Dream Mistress. And I did notice how over the bed there, or behind the bed, there's kind of a bit of a Garfield-inspired cat happening there. And if you have a fear of them, those killer bees wouldn't do a thing for you. But that could also be part of the fun of playing the game too. You've got a fear of bees, and it increases the fear factor for you. So, yeah. That one was from February 1991, and we'll flail back to the previous year for February 1990. And for that one, we've got this one, which is Hydlide. Hydlide, regardless, it sounds like a soft drink to me. Actually, the dragon to this kind of reminded me of some of the dragon art that I saw in the Dungeons and Dragons one about 6 years prior. I think I had an ad for that up on my first one. It just, the dragon of that just kind of reminded me of that, and just maybe it was borrowed, maybe it was done by the same person, don't know. But I've got to admit, the password feature, don't know how that would have worked, but you'd hope that you wouldn't forget your password. Like anything, you'd hope that you wouldn't forget your password, because for those early games, I don't know what would happen if you got it wrong. Wouldn't have a clue. And since we're on the topic of monsters and dragons and all things dragony and monstery, some of the things I also put in are from Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is one of those particular ones, just a random one, from May 2005. So jumping around a bit, 15 years. So this is May 2005, and like the ad says, monsters rule. It's kind of the theme for this thing. But I actually don't have much to say about this particular one, so here's a bit of lovely jingly music so you can have a bit more of a look at it. Enjoy that one? Cool. And next up, you can't have a monsters theme or something like that, or spooky theme or anything like that without Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo, where are you? Scooby Doo, where are you? Scooby Doo, right here. You've got the Spooky Swamp, featuring Shaggy, Scooby and the rest of the gang, Velma, Daphne and Fred. And should I do the zoinks? That wasn't too flash. Zoinks! 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 Oh my god, zoinks! I wonder if at the end of this game that you've got an unmasking and this guy that goes, and I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids. Yeah, and that one was from November 2010. We're going to, I was going to say flash forward, but no, flashback to October 1992 with this weird thing that's called Ghoul School, because high school will never be the same. For some stupid reason, they put the synopsis with that font that you can barely read. You know, I was trying to look at it when I found it. I'm kind of looking at it thinking, grief, I can't read this. And it took me a while actually to work out that was a skull staring back at you from that middle window. So that was a bit unnerving too. So no wonder high school takes on a whole new meaning. You can't read the synopsis and you've got this skull staring back at you from a strange angle. So basically the synopsis reads as follows. You explore 250 creepy rooms, collect spirit reading items, take on countless psychedelic phantasms, and find your kidnapped sweetheart, Samantha. But I've got to wonder what Darren would think of that. Endora probably had a hand in that. Knowing Endora, unless this was something that went horribly wrong, then it would be more likely to be Aunt Clara or Aunt Esmeralda. So that's the finish of this lot of ads. I really hope you enjoy these. I hope you enjoy me doing these. It's interesting finding them. These are the ones that are also on Facebook. I put these, good grief, it's so 3D, isn't it? So I put these on Facebook. I hope you enjoyed these. It's a lot of fun to sort of to try and find some of these. There's like so many comics, but that you don't find a lot of the ads in them. I can go through a whole heap and there's nothing, and then I can go through about 5 and find 10. But there's still a lot more to go on Facebook. I'm always finding them, so there's always that. I'm always finding them because it's from a period of say 1960s to 2000 and 2010s. Anyway, you take care. Hope to see you next time. Please like and subscribe. I'll put a link for the Facebook page as well, and I'll see you next time. Alrighty, ciao.